The hall of the Royal Academy of Ardon shimmered beneath a dome of violet glass. It was a place where the heirs of countless alien dynasties gathered to learn diplomacy, war, and science beneath the watchful eyes of the Galactic Council. Among them stood Prince Leor, the 19-year-old heir to the throne of the Thaylen Dominion, a species known for their pride and sharp tongues. His skin bore the faint glow of bioluminescent veins, a mark of his royal lineage. To his left stood a tall human cadet, calm and quiet, named Marcus. Humans had only recently been admitted to the academy. They were viewed as unpredictable and primitive by most other species, yet the council had allowed one representative to join as a gesture of interstellar unity. Marcus had been chosen for his service record, his intellect, and his restraint. He rarely spoke, though his eyes missed nothing. It was during a diplomatic exercise that the incident began. The class had been divided into groups to negotiate the trade of rare minerals, simulating an interplanetary summit. Marcus, representing Earth, proposed a system of mutual benefit, equal exchange of resources and knowledge. Leor found the suggestion amusing. Humans still speak of equality, Leor said, his voice carrying across the room. A concept for those too weak to take what they want. A few students chuckled. The sound echoed like small knives in the silence that followed. Marcus didn't react. He kept his eyes on the datapad, refining the projections of his proposal. Leor leaned forward, smirking. Tell me, human, is it true your people once fought over colored stones? That you destroyed your own planet's air for metal and smoke? Perhaps you wish to teach us how to ruin worlds. The laughter grew. Even the instructor hesitated before clearing his throat. Prince Leor maintained decorum, but Leor wasn't finished. No, let him speak. Let the ape explain how his kind crawled from their mud and pretended to be civilized. Marcus looked up. For a moment, the hall fell silent. His gaze wasn't angry, it was something deeper, a stillness that unnerved even those who mocked him. Without a word, he closed his pad, turned, and walked toward the exit. The sound of his boots against the marble floor echoed until the doors hissed shut behind him. Leor laughed again, though it sounded weaker this time. He leaves so easily. No spine, no pride. The instructor's face hardened. You should pray that you never meet a human who chooses to stay, Prince. For days, the academy whispered. Some mocked the human's silence. Others wondered why he didn't defend himself. But then, the rumors began. 3 days later, the Thaylen Dominion's border colony of Ysera was attacked by pirates. Leor's father sent a distress call, demanding assistance from the Council's military arm. But before the fleet could even mobilize, a single ship arrived, small, angular, carrying Earth's insignia. It was a human strike vessel named Resolute. Reports spread like wildfire. The ship cut through the raiders' blockade with surgical precision, disabling 15 vessels without a single casualty. When the dust cleared, Ysera's citizens reported that the human commander had walked through the shattered halls of their city, coordinating repairs, restoring power, and leaving before dawn. His name was Marcus. When Leor heard, disbelief filled him. He couldn't reconcile the quiet cadet with the man who had just saved his people. The next week, when Marcus returned to the academy, the hall fell silent as he entered. Even those who had mocked him now stood as he passed. During the next lesson, Leor stood up before class. His voice trembled slightly. I misjudged you, he said. I did not understand what restraint meant. Marcus simply nodded. Understanding doesn't come from words, he replied. It comes from what you do when words fail. After that day, something changed in Leor. He began to seek out Marcus during exercises, learning from his methods how he analyzed before acting, how he remained calm under pressure. They became unlikely partners. Months later, their class was chosen to represent the academy in a large-scale simulation, a defense scenario against an invading fleet. Each student commanded a virtual task force. Leor, now leading the defense, turned to Marcus. If this were real, what would you do? Marcus studied the projections. I'd let them think they're winning. Pride blinds faster than fear. Together, they created a plan that outmaneuvered the simulated fleet completely. The instructors were speechless. For the first time, the Thaylen prince and the human cadet shared a quiet victory. As graduation neared, the academy hosted the council delegates. During the final ceremony, Leor spoke before the assembly. When I first came here, I thought strength meant never yielding, he said. But I learned from one who walked away when insulted. He showed me that true strength is not in words or lineage. It is in control, in knowing when silence speaks louder than pride. The crowd erupted in applause, but Marcus stood at the back, silent as always. After the ceremony, Lior approached him. "Will you return to Earth?" he asked. "Yes," Marcus said. "There's work to do." Lior hesitated. "You could serve with me in the Dominion. We could build something greater together." Marcus smiled faintly. "What's greater comes from what you build yourself, not what you're given." That night, as Marcus's transport lifted off from Ardonis, Lior watched from the observation deck. The stars shimmered across the void, and he realized how small arrogance was compared to the vastness of what humans had endured. Years passed. The name Marcus became legend. He led Earth's Peace Corps into border conflicts, negotiated treaties that ended centuries of hostilities, and even faced down rogue fleets with nothing but his voice and a single ship. Every world he touched spoke of the human who didn't boast, didn't threaten, but changed the course of wars by example. When Lior ascended to the throne of the Thaylen Dominion, one of his first acts was to visit Earth. The journey took weeks across hyperspace, and when he arrived, the world below astonished him. Humanity had transformed their world into a balance of nature and machine. Cities glowed softly under restored skies. He was received not in a palace, but in a garden overlooking a river. Marcus stood there, older now, his uniform plain. Lior bowed his head slightly. "You once walked away from me when I insulted you," he said. "That silence changed me more than any lecture or punishment could have. I came to say thank you." Marcus looked at him quietly. "It wasn't silence," he said. "It was choice. Words would have done nothing, but walking away showed you your own reflection." They spoke long into the night, discussing not politics or war, but what it meant to lead, to endure, to grow. By dawn, Lior finally understood the depth of what humanity carried. Not power, not pride, but an unbreakable sense of balance between strength and mercy. As he left Earth, Lior carried a message back to his people. Never mistake quiet for weakness, nor humility for submission. Because the ones who walk away are often those who know they could stay and win, but choose not to. In the years that followed, the story of the 19-year-old prince and the silent human became a lesson told across the stars. Cadets at the academy repeated it during training, not as a tale of shame, but as a reminder that sometimes the most profound remark is the one never spoken. And somewhere in the quiet heart of the galaxy, a single human continued his work, building peace from the echoes of restraint, while the worlds that once doubted his kind began to understand what humanity truly was.